Back in Week 15, the 49ers lost an instant classic in their first matchup against the Black Knights. Can London finish the sweep? The answer comes your way next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. We count down to kickoff in what should be an epic one here, as it'll be the AFC champions taking on the NFC champions, the San. It has been a tumultuous 2 weeks, but it is finally time for football as we're underway in Super Bowl 62. This fielded right at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And trotting out there leading them is their fourth-year quarterback.
As we begin the Super Bowl, we're looking at one of the game's most important players. And whether he's the centerpiece of the offense or taking a backseat to his teammates, offenses always look to the quarterback to be a leader in moments like this. He's got to be that calm, composed pillar out there who stays level-headed and keeps everyone focused on the task at hand.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. But Charles, as we've covered, they've already clinched their spot in the postseason, so now they just want to avoid adding any additional names to this list before the postseason begins.
Terrific observation, because trying to move up a spot, I don't know if it's worth it if you're trying to play guys who aren't quite right. Get them healthy, get ready for the playoffs, make your move then. I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play. Faced with their first third down conversion opportunity and able to punch it through and pick it up on the ground.
And to me, doing it on the ground sends a different type of a message than throwing the football. And, you know, let's face it, we've done a lot of games together. How often have we seen third down turn into an automatic passing down no matter what the yardage?
Yeah, and last thing you want, that opening drive to go 3 and out. You got everything scripted, lined up. Let's get some points on the board, and they're able to avoid that 3 and out. On first down, he'll drop to throw. That's going to be caught. It's Jacoby Myers. Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. They'll set up a throw. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. His second catch of the Super Bowl, but it's good enough for a first down. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
Now a throw here, hauled in. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. On second down, McCaffrey. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. Throw over the middle, taken in by Dulcich. And he is going to have a Niners first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1. Well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chain, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Horn. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy. It's not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And trotting out there, a guy who's established himself as a veteran in this league, now in his 5th year at quarterback.
And no doubt he's living out a dream right now. He's had dating back to his first days of playing football as a kid. But he certainly can't get lost in the moment right now. There's still a Super Bowl to be played, and his offense, they're looking to him to be their leader. You can take it all in when it's over. Right now, you've got the biggest game of your life to win.
And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Etienne up the middle. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Etienne once more. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll run with Etienne and trying to shake free, but Etienne cannot. The defense will stop him short. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there in the third.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
4th down, so Jake Camarda is out there. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. Remember last time out they threw the interception on their first drive. Good news, their defense backed them up, so it's still 0-0 here as they begin their second possession.
Yeah, and one great way to judge a defense, how do they handle what we call sudden change? When all of a sudden, you know, it goes against their offense and they have to run out in the field and try and put out the fire. Give this one great kudos for getting out there and not letting that interception lead to points. Excellent job by them defensively.
His first ever catch in a Super Bowl, a nice moment, and also a first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Then they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
Well, it doesn't take a whole lot of investigation to figure out why they're still sitting at 0 on the scoreboard because their quarterback's got to wake up and start reading defense a heck of a lot better after throwing his second interception.
Back onto the field comes this offense ready for their second drive. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll look to throw. He gets this one to Johnson. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
But when you hit him on the move like that, he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam. Oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
And there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Quick slant caught by Chase. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. straight ahead, ETN.
And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19.
A 2nd and 11 from the 19.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. But it's caught on the right side. It's Smith. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. His second catch of the Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a first down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Now back to throw. Touchdown! From 8 yards out.
And the Black Knights are on the board first here in this Super Bowl.
Brandon, this is the Super Bowl. A touchdown scored in any game is big. In this one, it's massive.
Extra point attempt to follow here. And it's good to make it 7-0. So that drive spanned 5 plays. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Taken at the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as these guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 2nd down. They're going to look to throw. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Fielded at the 33. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards.
And they will take over 1st and 10. London about set to take over on offense.
They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10.
Now ETN to start the drive. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's 2nd down. So that does it for the first quarter of Super Bowl 62. Back in a moment.
7-0 is our score. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and we are ready to return to Super Bowl 62 action. Start of the second quarter. Here we go.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure on the passer.
If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Smith. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. On play action, they'll throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
That's the third time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going, and right now it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. A handoff for Etienne. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. 9-yard line, 2nd and 6. And they'll go again with Etienne. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. They'll look to throw here. The quick slant caught. Touchdown. Juwan Johnson. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Black Knights continue to look good here in the first half of this Super Bowl. Well, down in this part of the field, CD, they love to get him the football, and right there, a little pitch and catch for the score.
Yeah, and he's such a weapon when it's that close to the end zone, and they love being able to rely on him to make those kind of catches. Talk about trust, talk about confidence, and he produces.
Point after, right down the middle, and that'll make the score 14-0. So that drive goes 8 plays. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This taken in at the goal line. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move?
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And they are going to take possession of the football inside the 15 at the 14-yard line. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
A shotgun snap and again to Etienne. A tough run gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. He'll drop to throw. He gets it left side to Johnson. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. They'll set up to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. George Pickens from 4 yards out. And the Black Knights are feeling good as they extend their lead in the Super Bowl. Boy, so if you are scoring at home, Charles, and God bless you if you are, but that's now 3 drives and 3 touchdowns.
So in a baseball game, wouldn't that wreak havoc on your scorecard?
Yes.
I mean, with all the action that's happening now, how they got here, whatever cliche you want to bring into it, they're locked into a groove, they're clicking on all cylinders. Bottom line, they're piling up the points.
Now the extra point. And it is now 21-0. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it was finished off by a George Pickens touchdown grab. out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25. The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awful.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this will be scooped up by the defense. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. And what we just saw, very, very rare. We only had 5 of those in the first 50 Super Bowls.
The biggest stage, the biggest game, and we just saw it happen again. Extraordinary.
The defense has been good, and they were good again there. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Niners set to take over on offense. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Another run with McCaffrey on second down.
A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. Looking to throw. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Holding. Offense.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? He'll look to throw. He's going to look deep down the field. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by A.J. Terrell.
Well, that is interception number 4 for him, Charles. 4 here in the first half alone, and they're already trailing by 4 possessions.
Makes me wonder, partner, do they just not have any confidence at all in the backup, or do they just have that much confidence in him? Able to throw 4 picks already, they're certainly hoping that he can turn things around and quickly.
And now whistles here and a flag down. Looked like someone got going a little early.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Now a throw left sideline here is complete.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Back to throw now on 1st down.
And he'll go right back to Chase. That's caught again.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
Here's a give to Etienne. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line.
And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead. So as they take it over, we step aside.
On 1st down, right back to Etienne.
And he's going to push his way down to about the 12.
52 yards rushing for him now in the first half of this Super Bowl.
Second and 3. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. Back to throw here. And it's caught. Touchdown. Juwan Jackson, his second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Black Knights are starting to open things up here in this Super Bowl. No problem there on the extra point. And that makes this 35-0 now. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. The 49ers ready to set up shop again offensively. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Got an open man finding Jefferson. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll look to throw again. Throw to the right, caught by Dulcich. Back to throw again. Complete. Jefferson the target. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
Defense.
So the penalty rightfully declined. They'll keep the yardage on the completion.
Still some disagreement by the defense, though, because he thought that was just good, strong coverage, and the contact's going both ways, so why is there a flag? In the end, though, doesn't matter. Still a completed pass.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he is going to be stopped up at the line of scrimmage. And we'll have a stoppage as well as we have reached the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes on the clock in the second quarter of this Super Bowl. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. And the Niners are going to have it here at their own 15.
Foul. Roughing the tackle. Defense.
Wow, so wipe out the INT, roughing the passer. What a disaster.
An absolute disaster, and you hope their lockers are not right next to each other for the postgame. Safe to say one.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He'll get that underneath ETN. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Here's a 2nd and 7. And this one complete to Smith. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 15 yards on the play, 1st down. Back to throw. Goes right back to Smith again. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll make it 2nd down. So we've reached halftime here in the Super Bowl. One of the greatest performances of the year usually, but not here. Halftime of the Super Bowl is skipped, and we are on to the second half. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. And this offense set to go now to begin the 3rd quarter. And I would imagine this is where you have to take stock of the situation, CD, and say, gosh, we're halfway to the Lombardi Trophy. Let's not slow down now.
And I like the way you went there. Let's not slow down now, because the first half certainly went their way. And I would expect them to continue with that type of a game plan. But you're right. You do think back to Super Bowl 54. 49ers had a double-digit lead in the 4th quarter, couldn't hold on. So plenty can still happen. Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Now a man open down the middle of the field. His second catch of the Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 46. And they'll run here with Etienne. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down. Here's 2nd and 8. He'll drop that underneath to Etienne. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Second and 5. Again, it's Johnson. And he lost the football, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Thankfully for the offense, a fortuitous bounce there on the fumble goes out of bounds because they're down here in the red zone. You don't want to lose one there.
You don't want to lose one, and the best part, because it went out of bounds, they retain possession, still have an opportunity to put points on the board.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This will be caught inside the 10. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. No question that they're going to continue to look his way. 6 catches in the first half, and now 7 on the game. And they'll run with Etienne. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. Now back to throw. Forced out to his left. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. And that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They'll drop to throw. Open man is Jakobi Meyers. He's got it. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. 2nd and 4. Another one on this play for Justin Jefferson. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. They go play action here on 1st down. He'll get the... And a loose football. It's going the other way. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. They'll try the left side with ETN. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the 1st. Looking to throw. Throwing for Smith on the out route, and it's caught. And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the 1st by a few yards. And on now is the punter, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Well, the 49ers settling in for their next drive. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
3rd down, here's McCaffrey. He needed a yard, that's exactly what he got. Earns him a new set of downs. Back to throw here. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They'll look to throw here, and it's incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
And connecting here with DJ Shark. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll work down inside the 45. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by A.J. Terrell. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. I think it's safe to say this is a game he's not going to forget anytime soon, Charles. 3 interceptions.
It's rare that we see 3 interceptions by one team, let alone by an individual. And I think that after the 2nd one, he's probably telling his teammates, any ball that's in the air, it's going to be mine. And that turned out to be true.
London about set to take over on offense. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. On 2nd down, a run with ETN. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. It's been a fun one through 3. It always is the final quarter of Super Bowl 62. Let's go. Back to finish off the big one, the Super Bowl 62, as we get you set for the fourth and final quarter. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Another tote for Etienne, down to about the 32. Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. Now Etienne.
And he's going to get this one down to the 30. They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd. They'll set up a throw. Complete. Smith has it.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. Etienne up the middle.
And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line.
78 yards on the ground for him so far.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Complete. It's Johnson.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11.
They'll set up to throw.
Over the middle, that's caught by Chase.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and it's 2nd down.
Back to the ground with Etienne.
And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4.
And it's caught. Touchdown.
Devontae Smith.
A 5-yard touchdown.
And the Black Knights are starting to pour it on to the game's biggest stage. They are running away with this Super Bowl. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we haven't been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Extra point splits the uprights. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Taken at about the 1. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. San Francisco's offense returns to the field. And it's becoming more and more apparent that this is just not going to be their night. That Lombardi trophy so close, but the expectations simply have not matched the results as they start on this drive 1st and 10.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey, and it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Now a draw play to McCaffrey.
And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22. 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points.
And now here is another interception.
Picked off by J.C. Horn.
And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Running out of the gun with Etienne.
Room here to run.
And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Etienne once more.
And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
Straight ahead, Etienne.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
It connects quickly to Jamar Chase.
And brought down, but the juke, the very nice juke, gives him the 1st down yardage there. Back to throw. And he's got it. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds.
Hunt.
And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup.
Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
He'll drop to throw. This is caught. Touchdown.
Jamar Chase. Fine work there on the touchdown run. And the Black Knights continue to pour it on here in the 4th. So still throwing here in the 4th quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
And able to get this out to the 25. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Those Super Bowl hopes that they had really dwindling now here in the 4th quarter. That NFC crown that they got 2 weeks ago seems like a distant memory as they have been outplayed tonight.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he can't escape, and down he goes.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
Let's go ahead and put check marks by it all, partner. No points. Down by 4 touchdowns. Haven't had anything going today on offense. Why not add a late sack to the mix? Obviously a day to forget for all involved. Let's give plenty of credit to this defensive effort. They've been excellent from start to finish.
Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. They're going to look to throw.
To the right side and complete to Jefferson.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Myers. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. That'll go for a gain of 7. And it'll be 4th down.
Now that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the 1st down sticks are. Yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. A 41-yard punt there with no return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. London about set to take over on offense. And they are trying to play it cool down on the sidelines, but they know that they are very close now to wrapping this thing up and letting the celebration begin. A Super Bowl title within reach now as they try to polish this thing off.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. The offense back out on the field here following the 2-minute warning. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, here's Etienne.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
110 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's going on.
He continues to be a major factor carrying the football here into the 4th quarter, Charles.
Another big gain on the ground. Big guys working strong up front. A lot of them not just taking care of business at the line of scrimmage, but getting into the linebacker spots and taking care of the second level as well.
And they're taking advantage of everything right now on the scoreboard with that lead. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And they'll go again with Etienne. He'll get this to about the 38. 2nd and 8. Charles, that's about as big and clean of a win as you could hope for in the National Football League. No turnovers. Meanwhile, you force turnovers. You didn't allow any points, and you put up a bunch of points. What an effort.
And, Brandon, I just have to ask you, that's all the stuff that we saw happen today. Those are statistics, numbers, the whole deal. But my question is, how does one team come ready to play, and the other one, obviously, not ready at all?
Well, I mean, I obviously don't have an answer to that, but that was the story from the get-go. One side was awake and ready, and the other just seemed to sleep.